All right. What's up, everybody? Jason Hull. I am live now on YouTube. This is actually the first time I've tried going live directly on YouTube, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully the audio and the visual and my camera, everything's synced up and it's working correctly. I don't know. So we'll see how this works. So I've got my iPad here, and so I'm going to go over a concept with you right now to help you figure out how to make the best decisions in your business, because if you are not paying attention to this, you are probably making bad decisions in your business. And so if you feel like you're stuck in your business and you're kind of hitting a ceiling and you're not making progress, this may be why. And this applies to property management companies, which we coach at DoorGrow. This may apply also to your business if you have a different business. So if you're not a property manager, go check out my other channels. My username is King Jason Hull, Hull. And if you are a property management business owner, then you are on the right channel. This is DoorGrow. So we help grow property management companies. All right. So I've made millions in coaching businesses and helping business owners grow. So let's talk about what you need to get to the next level. So let's go over this. So we're going to talk about the 6 core functions. Oops, we'll add a T there. Functions of, I'm trying to write and talk, and I'm really terrible at this. All right, so 6 core functions of business. So let's get into these. I want you to imagine that you have 6 children. Some of you are probably parents. Most of you are probably parents. You're mature adults. You probably have kids now. Imagine you have, or if for those of you that don't have kids, maybe you have a pet. Hopefully you have something you take care of. You're responsible in some way, shape, or form. Come on, people. All right, so maybe you have pets. Like imagine you have 6 kids or 6 pets that you need to take care of in your business. These are their names, okay? These are not the most amazing names, but these are what they are. Lead gen. We have then lead gen. We have nurture. Oops, nurture. Nurturing those leads. Next function in business we have is conversion. This is closing the deal. They become converting them into a client. Number 4 is delivery. This is where we fulfill on and deliver what we sold them on. Number 5, this is, I would call this CLV, like customer lifetime value, or sometimes people will call that LTV, lifetime value. So this is like pricing and decreasing churn and all this stuff to retain clients, okay? Increasing the lifetime value of a client, like how much money you'll make over the life of them being a part of your business. I got these first 5 from one of my business coaches that I worked with for a while, Alex Sharfin. He called these the 5 core functions. Now, I got the idea while working with another business coach, a really good friend of mine named Tim Francis of Profit Factory. And he's like, there has to be money in there. There has to be financials. This is a business. And so number 6 is financials. This is the financial health of the business reporting. So imagine you've got these 6 kids, or you've got these 6 pets if you don't have kids, okay? You love your pets, right? If you don't have kids. Okay, so look at this, and I want you to understand and rate these on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being best, okay? In how effective they are, how dialed in it is, whether it's working or not, so that you can figure out, where do I need to put my attention? So imagine you've got these 6 kids, and some of these are fat and overweight, and you just keep feeding them. You're taking care of them so much. And then you've got some that are like starving and neglected. You've got that starving and neglected kid in the corner you're not paying attention to because you are being a bad steward. You're being a bad parent. You're being a bad pet parent or dog mom or cat mom or whatever you are, right? So you need to be taking care of all 6 of these. And so if one of them is getting too much attention and you're putting all of your attention because it's your favorite, it's your darling, you love that one. And so I see a lot of early stage business owners, they put a lot of attention on this one. Why? Because they really want to please all of their clients and they don't want people complaining or griping or whining, and they try to over deliver. And then there's one that's maybe starving and neglected. And a lot of times in property management, it's this one. What are you doing for lead gen? How much time and attention are you putting there? Not much, but they're putting it lots into delivery and fulfillment and making sure they're doing a good job as a property management business owner, leasing, inspections, maintenance coordination, etc. But they're not focused on growing the business. So lead gen is starving. Now, if delivery is a 5 and lead gen is a 1, where do you think your attention should be? Where do you think? So if you continue to focus on delivery being a 5 all the time, you're like holding on to that. You're kind of like, have you ever heard of how they trap monkeys? I don't know if this is true, but the idea is that to build a monkey trap, they will put a hole in something like a metal ball, and they'll have a chain and it's staked to the ground, or they'll put a hole in a tree or in something, and they'll make sure it's bigger on the inside. So the monkey can just barely get its hand in, and then they'll throw some peanuts or a gem or something that the monkey likes in there. And the monkey will reach in and will grab hold of that. And it's too dumb to let go. Don't be the monkey holding on to the moldy peanuts, trapped. Because what's in reach? Why did they set this up? Because the banana farmers are tired of the freaking monkeys stealing all their bananas, right? And so they can't go get the banana now. The monkey's trapped. And it's so dumb it won't let go. And then the farmer shows up and it's like, cool, off with your head. Okay? So, and if this isn't how it works, if any of you deal with monkeys, let us know in the comments. Like, I'm sure we're all very curious of how farmers bananas deal with monkeys. I don't know, but this is what I've heard. So, but the idea still stands. Do not be the monkey holding onto the moldy peanuts, which means you have to be willing to let this slip. You cannot maintain perfection on every function in the business. You cannot have all of them be perfect. It's impossible for all of them to be a 5 at the same time. Why? If you ramp up the first 3, which really is sales, then it's going to create some constraints or problems with delivery and financials. And you're going to have to hire more people, build out your team. And then once you build that out, your financial health is probably not as strong. So now you need more lead gen to feed the beast and more sales. And so this is a constant juggle in the business. And we have to focus on the greatest constraint to level that up. And once that's leveled up, we'll have a new constraint, because this is leveled up. Something else is where the focus should be. And then we need to level that up. And this is the juggle of running a business. And so your current version of these compared at maybe like 100K in revenue is going to be very different than when you're at $1 million a year in revenue. But there's levels to this. But you will always be focused on what is our greatest constraint, what is the weakest function, and that is where your attention should be right now. So I'm giving you permission to do this and to look at this and figure out which kid is fat and happy. And I'm giving you permission to allow this to slip down to a 4, or maybe even to a 3, because this is a 1. This is a 1. If this is a 1, that's where your attention needs to be. If you can get this up to a 3, even if this slips down to a 4, isn't that like a net positive? That's a gain. This is what's holding you back in growing your business. And later, if delivery is down to a 3, let's say delivery is a 3, and you're trying to do sales and you're focused on that, but delivery is a 3, that means you're now trying to sell a product you don't even believe in if you're rating this a 3. Now you're disingenuous. Now you're out of integrity, and you're going to people saying, hey, we're the best property management company. You should work with us. We'll manage your property. We'll take care of you. But we don't really believe that we're good at what we do. So you're going to feel that and sense that and feel like you're talking to a slimy liar salesperson, because that's kind of the truth, right? So you got to then work on this. You got to get this up. So we want to make sure we're focusing on what the business needs most. This is the 6 core functions. So figure out what you need most. Comment in the chat. I would love, or leave a comment below this video. Let us know, what is your weakest function right now? Where do you need some help or attention? And we would love to send you, or send us DMs on social media, or connect with us wherever. Let us know, what's your weakest function. We have videos, trainings, things we would love to send you so that you can improve this and make this better. Cool. So this is one lens to figure out what the business needs. So there are 2 lenses you got to look through. There's what does the business need? And there's what do you need? So the other thing, a lot of people focus on the business, they keep giving what it needs, but you're actually not really, because you're kind of just focused on the one thing you love doing the most, and you're ignoring the thing you don't like doing, which probably means you need to hire somebody to do that piece for you because you're really terrible at it, if you're honest. At best, you're like a part-time shitty salesperson, maybe in your own business. You're spending less than maybe 1 or 2 hours a day on it. So maybe you need to offload other stuff so you can spend more on it, but you'll never outpace or beat a full-time BDM. So check out my other videos on hiring a BDM or podcast episodes about getting a business development manager, a salesperson for your property management business. But you need to figure out, what do you need most? What do you need most? Your best decisions are right here. It's based on what does the business need most? That's based on those 6 core functions. And then what do you need most? And the way we look at this is we have our clients do a time study, and we figure out what are your plus signs where that you enjoy doing those things, and what are the minus signs that you don't enjoy. And so you get really strong clarity, and you're going to shift this, change this once a quarter. You do a time study, you'll figure it out. So these are some of the systems that we work on with clients to help them constantly make healthy decisions in the business, because when you make bad moves, bad decisions in the business struggles dramatically, and you run out of cash flow, or you hire the wrong person. It's based on what the business needs, not what you need. And if you only focus on what the business needs and not on what you need, you will build a business that looks like this. So imagine you are a square, but you're showing up like this, like a circle. And then you build a puzzle piece around you, and it's going to be the wrong puzzle piece. This is the team you're building around yourself, and it's going to be the wrong team, because you cannot build the right team around you showing up as the wrong person. And so if you're miserable in your business, or you're frustrated and you have an entire team, then the reality is, I know by default, you have the wrong team. If you have an entire team and you are still wearing hats that you do not enjoy wearing in your business, like you hate accounting and you're doing it, or you don't like doing the sales, but you have to do it, it's on your shoulders, and you have an entire team that you built around you, you have the wrong team. You don't have the team that supports you. You hired a bunch of people that are probably also miserable. And so you have bad culture, you have a bad team. So we need to restructure this. You can't build the right team around the wrong person. So at DoorGrow, what do? We'll get you clarity on what you love, what your personal mission in life is, what you really resonate with, what you enjoy, so that we can shift you towards those plus signs, right? And help you get clarity so we can build the right team around you. So this is what we do at DoorGrow. We will help you get strong clarity on what you actually look like. And then we will help you build the right team around you. And then you will really enjoy your life, right? And things will be really good. And you'll have great people, because you'll be able to attract way better people. And these people, if there's alignment and you're in alignment towards having more fulfillment, more freedom, more contribution, you've got the support you need from the right team, your team members can have that. And you will get 3 times the output from those team members. This is one of the greatest profit levers you could have in your business, is to have good culture and have a good team and have good support. So we need to focus on what the business needs most, and we need to figure out you and focus on what you need most. And if you would like some help with this, reach out to us at DoorGrow, set up an initial call with our team, have some conversations. We'll give you free stuff, free trainings, and we will help you see how, if you spend a little bit of money with us, we can easily offset that, probably with 5 to 10 new units, or probably by helping you add another $10 per unit in your business. And our program will then be free, and you will be happier, and you will make way more money, and we will put you on a trajectory for growth. So do some research on us. Check us out. We're legit. We are the best in this industry at growing and scaling property management companies. We can help you anywhere from hiring to planning to systems. And you don't have to experiment or guess or try to figure out what works to grow your business. We have this stuff figured out. We have more testimonials or case studies than any other coach or consultant in the space. And we have the best ideas. We've had hundreds of guinea pigs. We are like Bar Rescue for property managers. We've rebranded over 300 companies. Like, we've cleaned up businesses in property management so they become profitable, they make money, and the business owners get to live their life and enjoy it. And so if you are lacking any of that, then reach out to us. I want to help you out. Cool. So hopefully this is helpful today. So go take a look, assess yourself from the lens of these 6 core functions, figure out which one's weakest, and then as a team, go put your attention on that. Just do at least that, and your business will start to grow. If you're not paying attention to the biggest constraint, you will always be held back and tethered by that constraint, and you can't continue to make the other things better or work better and get the business ahead. This is what leads to making money. This is what leads to making a difference in the world. This is what leads to you having an effective business that you don't hate being in. So do this. Cool. So that's me talking about the 6 core functions. And until next time, to our mutual growth. And I hope this was helpful. Leave me a comment, like or subscribe. I don't know what YouTubers are supposed to say, but take care of that stuff, and looking forward to helping you grow your business in the future. Talk to you soon. All right. Let's see if I can figure out how to end this now. End stream. Bye, everyone.